lovelies, I hope you're keeping well. Thank you so much for coming to my channel today. It means the ultimate world. As it says in the title, I am going to be starting off my very first kind of series is me changing my life, and a lot of you will be wondering how I'm going to be changing my life, what is 2021 got in store, and how am I going to make this happen, and all of that. So I'm going to be covering that and tell you exactly how I'm going to be changing my life. So guys, as maybe a lot of you know, that we actually moved house back in August. So I kind of showed you sneak clips in my other channel. If you haven't checked that one out yet, I do have a second channel called Sam's Disney Life, so go and check that one out. But we moved into this house with full intentions that we was going to purchase it off our landlord, and that is still on the cards. Nothing has changed about that. I want to wind up a good January this year, and we was on the hunt to buy a house. Everything was looking exciting and positive and encouraging that we was going to finally buy our home as a family. If you don't know, I am a mum of 3 and I'm my wife. I obviously got a husband as well, but we was going to look on the market and then get our very first home, but we was just thinking, right, we'll just put a 5% deposit on a home and then we will just do the help to buy scheme or anything like that. But COVID hit us and there was just no hope in that. When COVID hit the property market, and it basically went and crashed in a sense, because most mortgage lenders will not accept a 5% deposit anymore. So if you're a first-time buyer, that is extremely stressful, because then you are having to fork out a lot more money for a deposit, and depends where you are. In the UK, I'm in the UK, so property prices do vary from where you live, but where I live, you're going to need at least £18,000 for a deposit to get a house. So back in July, it soon became apparent that we was not going to be able to get a mortgage on a 5% deposit. It was not going to happen. So from there we had to come to the reality that we would need at least £18,000. We don't know down the line that they're going to want a 15% deposit. We don't know the circumstances when we go to buy. Our target is to buy this house where we are in July. So my plan is that I need to change my life, change my spending habits, change the way we live completely, so we can save our bums off so we can afford this house. I've got till July to get the funds, so we have got a 10% deposit for this house. So I'm going to be telling you bits and bobs what I've kind of already changed. I've changed for the past few months anyway, when we was saving up for our 5% deposit. So I've already changed quite a lot, but to get to the target we need, I'm having to change a lot more about our habits, obviously, because it is a heck of a lot of money I need to save in that short period of time. So there's a lot of things I need to change, and I need to change drastically. So I've decided to do a low buy year. I did have a look at the no buy year, and I had a look at lots of videos on how they did their no buy year, and for me it just wasn't making it viable in a way, just because the way our outgoings are at the moment. If I just completely stopped buying just extra toothbrushes or whatever, that would make a massive impact on our life in general. So I've decided that I'd do a low buy year, because in my eyes, if I start with a low buy year, then maybe next year I could go to a no buy year. But this year I just feel that if I'm restricted to the point where I can't buy anything, then I will fail. And it's a bit like a diet in a way, by losing weight. If you go just cold turkey, you're probably going to fail, because you are restricting yourself so much. So I know I'm rambling on a bit, and I know that you just want me to get to the point of what I'm actually going to be, how I'm going to be doing it, how am I going to get £18,000 by July. So the first thing I'm going to do is obviously the low buy year, so restrict myself on what I can actually buy on each things. I need to restrict myself on how much I can spend myself on every single month, and just really trying to go to the nitty-gritty stuff on what I actually spend it on. So this series, what I'm going to be doing for you, is just going to evolve throughout the weeks, months, maybe into years, on how I've done my low buy year and how it's actually affected me as well. So I'm going to be sharing with you the ups and downs of how I'm doing it and how I'm feeling about it, and the restrictions I've kind of having to put into place and stuff like that. So I've put a few rules on what I can and what I can't do, so I'm just going to read them out to you so you can kind of get the gist of what I'm planning on doing, just so I can do this really. So the first thing I've done is I've limited my spends personally, so what I treat myself on, £100 a month. So if that is buying a new Loungefly bag or a new pair of ears, or if I need some new clothing or knickers or anything like that, then within the month it's got to kind of stick within that £100 or below. I can't go over that. That is my budget for the month. So over a year period, that is £1,200, which that sounds a lot, but it's still restricting me in a way. So instead of me going to River Island and spending over £300 on clothes, I have to restrict that to maybe one item, and then I'm able to still get something elsewhere later on in the month. I just have to really think about where I'm spending it, and if I've got that budget of £100, I feel that I will be more kind of thinking, do I need this? Can I find something later on in the month I might like more? And I think it will make me a lot more savvy with money as well. So that's what I'm hoping anyway. As I've said, it is early days at the moment. I am still trying to get my head around it and how I can budget, but my main thing is that I don't want to restrict myself to the point where I fail. So that's why I've gave myself £100 kind of little bonus to myself each month. So I know at the end of the month I've got a few things I wanted. I've not restricted myself to the point where I feel like I've completely starvasted myself. I don't want that, and I want to keep positive about this journey, so that's why I've done that one. The next thing is that bulk buy-in, and so what I've done with this one is me and my husband have actually brought a deep freezer, and what I say by bulk buying is not so much buying stuff what you don't need, is buying more of what you do use. So you're not going out to the supermarket every single week, probably only for like your fresh stuff like fruit and vegetables, but when it comes to your frozen stuff, we can kind of stockpile because we've got the deep freezer now. We didn't have the deep freezer before, we only had a little freezer, so we could only get like a week's worth of frozen stuff, which now we could get a good month's worth. So we're not having to go to the supermarket so much for things what we could easily bulk buy. So that is definitely what we've done. We've got a deep freezer and we've already filled it for the month. So January, we're like halfway through January now, so we're halfway through our frozen stuff, and it's really helped us. We've not gone to the supermarket much because we've already got the bits we need, so that has really helped us, because if you don't go to the supermarket as much, you're not tempted as well buying those things you don't need. So that is something I definitely suggest if you're thinking about doing a low buy year, just try and bulk buy a little bit. But this, like I says, it's very premature. As the months go on, I will be sharing with you how it's working out. So the next thing I've said on my list is say no to the children. Basically, I'm the kind of mum where if my son asks for a new Xbox game or PS game or whatever, I can't say no, and I really have to learn on that and learn to educate my children that mum can't buy those things all the time. Obviously I can sometimes and I will treat them, but not all the time, and they need to understand that mum's on a budget, mum's restricting herself so we can save for the big stuff, and I hope that they can kind of understand that as time goes on. So that is how I'm going to try and educate them. I'm going to try and just explain, saying mum's budgeting, mum's not buying so much, you will be getting treated every month, but it won't be to the extent of what it was, basically. So saying no to the children is something I'm definitely gonna have to work on, and it's one of the biggies. I think that's probably bigger than budgeting, like budgeting for myself and kind of just limited myself, than my children, because I'll always feel bad that I've not got what they wanted. But it's only stuff, and I just have to keep thinking that it's only stuff. So as long as they are loved and educated and fed and they do get the occasional stuff, then that's fine. And I just need to keep on reminding myself that this is only temporary as well. It's just so we can get that extra money so we can buy our dream home. So I just need to keep that in mind, that it's not forever, but hopefully after this journey as well, that we will be more money mindful, and that is something that I'm really keen to continue with as well. If we can learn something from this journey, then definitely it will be a bonus. The next thing I've put on my list is using things what I've already got before purchasing them again. So yet again, because I am on a budget each month, I have to think about, do I really need that skincare item? Do I need that hair care item? Do I need those things what I've probably already got in my bathroom? So using up what I've already got before I'm actually buying again. And that goes with my makeup things as well. I've got like 3 or 4 different foundations, and really, do I need that many foundations? Probably not. So definitely I'm going to be using up all the bits I've got before buying other cosmetics, because that is how I need to cut the costs down, keep them to a minimum. And if I want to kind of save my £100 a month, I need to definitely not have these cosmetics what I'll just buy off the shelf, and they're like sometimes it's about £15 each, and you just don't realise it. You just stick it in your basket, you get to the till, and before you know it, it's like £150 for all your cosmetics, and it's like, maybe I didn't need all those. And the last thing I've kind of told myself I need to really do is keep my credit score up to scratch. So right now it's not too bad, but I do need to work on it all the time, making sure everything's into place. So that means no contract phones, that means no TV subscriptions and all of that. We're very lucky because I've not had a new phone in like 3, maybe 4 years, so this is very old now, but I haven't had a new contract phone for the longest time now, due to saving for the house. But now obviously we're being more stricter, so we can't do that. And when it comes to TV, we have to basically have Freeview, and that's absolutely fine. We've got DVDs, we've got the internet, so we are fine. So I think for me it's just kind of restricting again what I can have, what I can't have, and just being just so strict with myself, and that is something where I will find difficult, because I know I'll have £100 budget each month to kind of treat myself, treat the children, etc. But that needs to be so scrutinized, because I cannot go over that budget, and I'm getting anxiety just by thinking about it, to be honest, because I'm the kind of person where on payday I'll just go out, I'll spend what I want, I'll come back, I've got lots of nice things, and that is the way it's been all my life. I've not really had to restrict myself in a way, but I know my end goal is to buy this house, and because the market is so tight at the moment and they won't accept 5% deposits, and they probably may not come back for a few years. We don't know how this pandemic is going to turn out. We don't know how the market is going to turn out. So I really need to say to myself, right, if you want this house, then you need to really budget yourself and just think that, okay, that 5% deposit is not going to come back, and then just think you need a 10% or maybe 15% deposit for the house, end of it. And I've always got that in my head, that, oh, maybe the 5 deposit might come back and then we're ready then we can buy a house. But then realistically, we're still in this pandemic, and we're in a lockdown at the moment, and I just think that's not going to come back anytime soon. So I just need to think, if I really want this house, because the landlord is wanting to sell, and we've only got a year's tenancy, so by August, if I don't get that deposit, then we're going to have to look for a new house, because we'll have to move, because he wants to sell it. And if we haven't got those funds available, then we can't have it. So that is what I've got to keep in mind, that my goal is to get that money. And is it a new handbag or a new coat, or is it your family home and something you can leave the family when you pass away and all that? Is that your goal, or is it just that handbag and purse or whatever it may be? Is that more important? And that is what I really just need to keep into my head, that do I really need that River Island bag or that Loungefly bag? Do I really need that? And that's what I just need to keep on thinking, is that there's more bigger things to achieve than that bag, what probably won't give you much joy. So guys, that is how I'm going to be changing my life for 2021. I'm going to be going more in detail about my low buy year, and more in detail on how I'm doing it and how it evolves. I'm going to be sharing that with you guys. So if you would like to see the journey from now to beyond, please consider subscribing and follow my journey. I'm going to be uploading every Tuesdays and Saturdays, so 2 days a week. I'm going to be sharing some more, hopefully, tips on how I've actually stopped myself from buying things, how I've saved in different things, how my low buy year is progressing gradually, and how I go on. I'm going to be sharing with you reality and how much I've spent, and if I've had to dip into it for anything. And I really want to share this journey with you, because I've seen so many people on YouTube do their low buy year, and how they've done their low buy year and how they've done their no buy year. But for me, I've had to make it very unique to myself, and now how I'm going to do it, because I looked at so many and they were just not working out for me. And you have to make it very personal and individual for yourself, really, because if you are going to be doing this journey, it has to be kind of tailored to yourself. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I am kind of like bummered that I wasn't able to do it on the 5% deposit, because we've saved so hard for that. And it's one of those, when you save so hard for something but then you need more, it really puts a downer on it. And I felt really bad, and I got quite depressed about it, that we are needing another 10-15 grand to achieve what we want, and it really put a downer on things. But as the month's gone on, I kind of realised that we need more, and the only way I'm going to do that is if I do my low buy year. So guys, I really hope you liked my first official video on what is it going to entail. Maybe. But also, I am going to be doing some hauls as well. So, don't be kind of like, oh no, she's not going to be doing the hauls. The reason I'm wanting to do hauls as well, because I'm wanting to do hauls what I've done for £100 in my month. So every month I will put a haul or what I brought with my £100 or just things like that. So don't think that this is all going to be about my my low buy year. It's going to be more than that. I'm still going to be doing makeup tutorials. I'm still going to do hauls for you. And if we go on any vacations, we don't know, I will be sharing that with you guys as well. So don't feel that this is all going to be about my journey of saving money. It's going to be much more than that. So don't worry guys. Hauls are going to be coming, but they're going to be budgeted hauls, what you can get for a budget and all of that. So I really hope you're going to enjoy my channel for time to come. Also, I just want to say a massive thank you for everyone who's already subscribed. I know a lot of you has actually come from my Sam's Disney Life channel, and that is not going to change at all. I'm still going to be putting all of my content on there every single week for you to see. Cannot wait for you to see what I've got in store for you. It's going to be fantastic. And yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you if you've clicked that subscribe button, because it really encourages me as well to keep doing these videos for you, because I know you're enjoying them. Also, give me a little like and a comment below if this is something you are wanting to do, if you are thinking about having a low buy year, or if you're really brave and doing a no buy year. Let me know in the comments if you're doing anything like that, or if you've got a different goal. If you're wanting to lose weight, have you got that goal this year? Are you trying to change your life in that aspect? Let me know guys. I really want to find out who is actually following me and on this journey with me. I really want to share my whole journey with you guys. So guys, that's it for me today. My next one is going to be Sunday, so come and join me then, and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you guys.